Good morning, folks, my fellow internet denizens. What is the subject of today's video? It's not a rant. This is actually a bit of a warning, or a big warning, to my cousins in America, because I know you guys, especially you guys on Fedora Lounge, you do like your quality World War II reproduction jackets. And we're talking the sheepskin flying jackets and the non-sheepskin ones, the A2s, the A3s, etc. And you guys know where the good stuff's at. And there's tiers. There's the top ones, and then they go down till you get to the Chinese crap, which no collector or wearer in their right mind, unless on a serious budget and just testing the waters and seeing what these jackets are like, they might pick up one of those really cheap ones and think, you know what, I love this, it looks good, but I know it could look better, and I know it could be made better. It could be made of better quality materials, so then they start saving up for a really good one. Anyway, mostly American people will benefit from this video, because the top heritage brand, heritage premium brand, as ChatGPT likes to call it, would be Eastman Leathers, or more specifically, accurately, let's see what they're actually calling themselves, Eastman Leather Clothing. And it's a UK company. I didn't know that. I actually thought they were American, but they are regarded as the best of the best of the best, the top tier. Did you know that they are ripping you off with their price? I mean, some of you may have figured it out, and I'm sure that some of you are wealthy enough that you won't give a toss, and you don't give a toss. You're just like, what's 20%? But there's going to be a large percentage of people who will be highly offended. Some of you may have bought jackets from them and not actually realise that you've been ripped off. Anyway, here's the lowdown. In the UK, you are charged 20% VAT tax by the government. That's value added tax. It's sort of getting to the ins and outs of tax. It's extortion. You pay your money, you pay your income tax on your earnings, and then you have to pay another 20% on anything you buy with your already taxed earnings. Anyway, UK, 20% VAT. So if you buy a garment from a company that's going to make them £100 net revenue, you will pay £120, because they have to give 20% of whatever they charge to the government as VAT. So they'll charge you 120 quid. So they're covering the VAT by adding it to your price that you pay. So you're paying the VAT, not them. You pay 120 quid, they give 20 quid of that to the government as VAT, and they take the rest, the £100, as their net revenue. So when you buy from outside the UK, 99% of the time, I mean, I'm going to say every single time until now, it's always been that they deduct the 20% VAT off their price. So if you order from America an item that's going to make them 100 quid net revenue, you'll only be charged 100 quid. And then when it gets sent to you in the post, you obviously have to pay tax at your end. When it comes through your American customs, you have to pay whatever the tax is. Who knows what it is? Here in Japan, it's 10%, the VAT. So you would normally see on a goods site, you would see the price for the UK customers from a UK company would be £120 including VAT. And the English person would pay that and blah, blah, blah. But if you're ordering it from America, there would normally be a function in the software that would show you the price of £100, VAT not applicable. Some companies don't have the latest software, so you have to email them and they'll send you a manual invoice, and you pay it in whatever way they ask you to pay it. Whatever, the end result is always the same. You don't pay 20% VAT tax to the UK government because you're not in the fucking UK, you're not a UK customer, so of course you don't have to pay the 20% tax. You have to pay your own tax when it comes through your customs. Not Eastman Leather Company, am I saying that right? No, not the Eastman Leather Clothing Company. No, they charge you the exact same price they're charging a UK customer, including the 20% VAT. Now I got into the emails with them about this because I was like, how do I just want to know, how do I pay you? Is it a separate invoice? I had a chat with them about sizing, excuse me, and I'd mentioned about being manually, separately invoiced because I'm in Japan, and they went, nah, you pay the same price. The VAT, the price that you see on the website as an international visitor is the ex-VAT price. It's the non-VAT price. And I'm like, really? Well, that's bloody expensive then. More expensive than what I already thought was going to be expensive without VAT. So, I emailed them for clarification. Yeah, just to clarify this, I'm going to add this into the video because I forgot to mention it in the main video. Obviously, I ran the checkout thing all the way to the end until the last point where I'd have to press a button that actually paid the money to see if the VAT got added, because they were telling me in the emails that no, the price you're seeing is ex VAT, it's VAT not included. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, so they're showing the same price for everyone, but if you're a UK customer, when you do the checkout, at some point it must add the 20%. And I thought that would be a lot of people would see that happen and be like, no, I'm not going to buy it now. You just added 20% to the price. Every UK company always shows the price including VAT. So I did it. I ran the checkout and tested it, and at no point did the price change. So that's what got me emailing them and trying to get clarification. I'm wanting to know what's going on here. You're telling me that this is the ex-VAT price. Well, how come in the UK it's not being added? And that's how I found out about how they're scamming. Anyway, just adding this bit in. So I've clarified. I did test it all the way through the checkout, and VAT was not added to the price. UK customer. So that 20% VAT that they charge the UK customers, they're charging that to you, but they're pocketing it. So they're discriminating against you, and they're hiding it. It's very, very opaque. It doesn't say on their website clearly what they're doing. If you think about your tax thing, sorry, I've got a stinking cold. I apologise. If you're savvy and you think about your taxes, and not everyone does, not everyone is aware of these things, and believe it or not, it's true, they're not. But those that are savvy will be like, okay, what's the ex-VAT price? It's 20% tax in England, so deduct that. Okay, how do I pay you the non-VAT price? You get into it with them, and this is what they do. They try and bamboozle you with confusing language, and you'd have to be thick to fall for it. Let's be honest. Let's be frank. You would have to be particularly stupid to go, oh, okay, that makes sense, I'll pay. So, but a lot of you will not be even aware, I'm sure, that this is a thing. But that's what this video is for. It's to alert you to the fact that Eastman Leather Clothing are charging you international customers 20% VAT, which they don't have to give to the government. They're pocketing it. So they are charging you a 20% premium on your order. What does that amount to? It's not illegal. They're not doing anything illegal, but it's definitely very, very shady. And why would they think that they can pull a stunt like that? Greed backed by arrogance. They actually think, I mean, you've been in all the movies, Eastman, haven't you? You've been in all the TV shows. Everyone orders their stuff from you. Arrogance through the roof. We make the best jackets in the world, and if you want one, you can queue up and pay whatever price we demand from you, including a conned one where we're charging you VAT and pocketing it. I can't think of any other reason why they would do it. It can't be expensive, inordinately expensive, especially with what they make on their jackets. You would have to be some kind of monumental mug to think that their jackets can be that much better than the competition's to warrant the price they already charge. Never mind the VAT scam, because that's what I consider it to be. It's a scam. Never mind the VAT scam price. I've got a B6 anorak, sheepskin anorak from Aero Leathers, and it is absolutely superb, and there is no possible way other than realism details which nobody would even notice, but the quality, the fit, the quality of the materials, the quality of the workmanship, once you get to a certain level, you can't get better than that. It's already perfect. So Aero Leathers, a UK company, are charging what I consider to be a reasonable price, and you're getting top spec quality. It's a perfect replica. It's superbly made. It's made of superbly good materials, and it's at a fair price, and they take the VAT off if you're ordering from abroad. Why wouldn't they? They're making their nut. They charge the price they charge, so they make their nut. The VAT is like, yeah, you have to pay that because you're out of the country, so don't worry about the VAT, we'll take that off. Doesn't affect their income, doesn't affect their profit. They're already making their nut. Eastman Leather Clothing, they're making their nut on the clothes they sell in the UK with the VAT price, but when they sell to you in America, they want an extra 20% just because they're Eastman and we're so special. We deserve it. My personal opinion would be avoid this company like the plague. And it's not about the quality of the jackets, because their stuff is top notch. It's about the greed and the arrogance and the duplicity. They are not announcing what they're doing clear front and center on their website. So if you don't know about this kind of stuff, you're paying a price that you shouldn't be paying. They are ripping you off. So on basic principles, do not buy Eastman leather clothing, jackets, trousers or anything if you're outside the UK, because you are being ripped. Anyway, I hope that was entertaining. I hope it was useful. I'm sure it will be to some. I'm sure it'll be a shock to some, especially if you've already bought a load of this stuff and now you're finding this out too late. But yeah, don't touch them with a barge pole. This kind of behaviour is despicable, in my opinion. It's absolutely unacceptable to be doing this. Pocketing an extra 20% because you're buying from outside the UK. Never come across this before. No, I tell a lie. There's a little paint company that make modelling paints that do it as well. I put a video up about that about 2 years ago. But that's small potatoes compared to this. So yeah, I have experienced it one time before. The Spanish modelling paint company, and they were unapologetic about it. But then that's the second time. So yeah, be aware of it. I mean, if you still want to buy one of their jackets and be ripped off for 20%, if money's no object to you, and you really want, it has to be an Eastman, when you could go to Aero Leather or Flight Jackets or whatever, Irvin, IRVIN, they make absolutely top spec stuff, and you ain't paying these kinds of prices. I mean, Eastman, you're paying a big premium for the name, and in my opinion it ain't worth it. So anyway, hope you're entertained, hope you found this useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.